Hello and welcome everybody to Talking Golf Tuesday. The only equipment news I saw was the new Mizuno woods. I also saw pictures of the Paradigm irons. And, let me say this. I went to the PGA Tour Superstore and I got to hit the Ping G430 Max. 9-degree stiff flex shaft. Beautiful. It felt amazing. My miss was left with that. I had trouble getting the spin up. Opened my face a little bit. It went right, so I'd miss his left and right. Trying to get that up. Maybe I need to move into like a 10.5 degree, something like that. I would need to get custom fit. I didn't have a lot of time, so I just hit a few shots. But it felt amazing. It's so much more quiet than the 425. Like, I was surprised. Like, I was expecting the ka-tink, but it was just a crack. A kind of a ping crack. I don't know how to describe it, but it sounded really good, so I was really impressed. I want one. Don't think I'm going to get one though, because it's not that much better than my TaylorMade M2. I also like my TaylorMade M2 because it's big and loud, and I like big and loud things. So yeah, I know I just barely complained about the 425, but the M2, has a loud crack, not like a loud ka-tonk. Does that make sense? So I really like the sound of the M2 as well. Anyway, I'm not seeing anything that's like revolutionary that's going to change my game, but I do like that Ping 430. I looked at the Paradigm, I looked at the Stealth 2, and I was just like, the one I wanted to hit was the Ping, because that's the one that excited me the most, and it still excites me even more now that I hit it. So let me know your thoughts about the Ping G430. Really like it. But that's not the club I'm going to replace in my bag. My modern bag, as modern as it can be. But before I dive into the club I'm going to replace, I want to talk to you about my gapping. So every year I try to do gapping. I'll do it on the range, but this year I wanted to do it on a simulator, so I got TrackMan out. And my 8-iron went further than my 7-iron. And that's my fault, because I switched from irons to driver back to my 8-iron, and so I kind of had some upswings on there, or some like really level swings when I want to be coming down on that more, and I could tell the spin dropped off, distance was way up. So it's just me, right? My inconsistencies with my swing. So it went kind of 5 yards, maybe 10 yards further than I wanted it to. And the 7-iron was a little bit low. I had a couple of mishits, and I didn't have time to do too much, so I just hit, a few shots with each club. So to me, you could argue, because I'm using the 800s, the Mizuno JPX 800s, I think they're 2008 release, that these things are famous for low spin bombers, right? Where you just get way more distance than you want. And that is a concern. Like when I play blades, they're very consistent. And I'm used to vintage blades, which are shorter and have weaker lofts than modern blades. Modern blades have slightly stronger lofts, some more than others, and they're longer. And so you just get more distance with those blades. A review's coming up where I'll demonstrate that. And so for me, it's not a red flag. Like I know my 8-iron, I know it's going to go shorter than my 7-iron in most cases, and it was a small sample set. So that's a really important, example of you need to collect a lot of data. It needs to be accurate data of what your swing's actually going to be like out on the course, not just like whacking away as fast as you can. So am I going to replace my irons? I always am open to the idea. I like lots of different irons, but I'm looking at all the new iron releases, and I'm just not super excited about anything. I mean, the blades I'm super excited about, but I have so many bladed vintage sets, I just play those if I feel like playing a blade. Does that make sense? So irons, are you going to replace your irons this year? If so, what catches your eye? Because I want some inspiration. Because I've been looking for the last 5 years to replace these. Nothing. I can't find anything that really jumps out at me as like, whoa, this is the set I want. So, and again, it's kind of a personal thing. So I'm excited to read your comments. But the club I am going to replace, the club that I replaced the most, I'm pretty good about like my putter for years. I'll play the same putter, my irons, years, driver, years with that driver. 3-wood, no way on earth am I changing. I have 2 3-woods. You guys, if you've seen my I'll do another in the bag at some point this summer. You guys know, like I have 2 trusty 3-woods that I love, that I'm not getting away from ever, anytime soon, unless I find a miracle 3-wood. Hybrids, haven't changed those. But the thing that I changed the most are, you guessed it, wedges. This one's due for replacement. It's long in the tooth. It's seen many, many years of use, and it's ready to go. All right, my Mizuno, I don't even know what this is, S5 50-degree wedge. I hit this about 1.5, 110, and 105 and 210. Did I say that correctly? And so I'm looking for something, a 50-degree wedge, and this is forged. And so when I was doing my data collecting on my gapping, I forgot how soft this is. Like I hit my Cleveland wedge and it's that nice clack, which I'm used to. Then I hit this and it's that nice, like not quite as clacky, kind of a thud. It's hard to describe. It's a good sounding club. I forgot how good it sounds. I'm like, oh, it's buttery smooth. I love it. Forged wedges, who knew? But it's just the sound. So my Cleveland wedges, and I've played Vokey before, the performance is there. The spin, the distance, everything, the consistency, all there, and they're more durable. So they don't get less bag chatter, you know what I mean? And less like dents and stuff like that, because they're made out of that, harder stainless steel, where this is that softer material. So I'm looking to replace this. Let me know in the comments below, what are your favorite wedges? I don't need any special grinds on this. This is just a gap wedge. I hit this 90 to 100% swing every time. I'm not going to be chipping this out of the sand or the rough very often. So I don't need any sort of funky grinds. I'll just get like a full, or like a normal grind. This one has 7 degrees of bounce on it. I anywhere from, 7, 8 and 10 are probably what I'm shooting for. Because like I said, I'm taking full shots most of the time with this thing. So what would you replace it with? Would you try to find a forged wedge? Who even makes forged wedges anymore? The two that I'm looking at are Vokey and the new RTX 6 Cleveland wedges. So those are both cast. They'll match the rest of my wedges. Nice clack, good performance, consistent, and durable. Do I want to find a forge? Does Mizuno still make forged wedges? Tempting. It's tempting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll use that for inspiration, but I'm not going to base my decisions on comments. Although I'll definitely consider anything that anybody suggests. GF forged, grain flow forged. Oh man, this one's been a nice wedge to me over the years. But again, the thing I replaced the most are my wedges. I regripped this last year. Golf Pride. Velvety grip. So any other equipment news? Yeah, there is one. Titleist. Their new golf ball. It comes out this week. Is it tomorrow it comes out? Is it the 25th? The new Titleist Pro V line comes out? I'm totally going to order those. Those are something that I absolutely am 100% going to buy. Let me know your thoughts. What golf balls do you play? In the comments below. For me, it's my go-to at Pro V1X. I just love those things. I love them. And that said, we're moving into fantasy golf. It was fun watching in the desert the dormant grass and the bright green fairways, and I love watching like the balls roll from they would drive or hit whatever 3-woods or whatever, and they would roll from the dormant brown grass, like the tan grass, onto that bright green fairway. I loved watching it. Beautiful, beautiful winter golf. In California, that was La Quinta something. I don't remember where it was, but either way, it was beautiful, beautiful course. These are the winners from this weekend on the Vintage Golf Fantasy League. If you'd like to join us, it's free. Just go on the PGA Tour just search for PGA Tour Fantasy Golf, and it will lead you here. And you just sign up on the PGAtour.com and search for a league called the Vintage Golfer and join that league. And you could have your name on the prestigious weekly leaderboard here at the Vintage Golfer. So I'm going to start doing two things. I'm going to post the weekly Weeders. I'm going to start Did I say Weeders? Leaders. And the season leaders for the season. But either way, I'm super excited about this season. When I watch golf, it's relaxing and exciting at the same time. It's just a wonderful Sunday activity. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget, this is a reminder. Set your lineups for this weekend. Do it today or tomorrow, because on Thursday they lock. So you're out there buying your new Pro V1 2023 golf balls by the pallet. I don't know how many golf balls you go through a year. Don't forget to get on your phone or whatever you use and set your lineups for this weekend. Is there a golf tournament this weekend? I think there is. Either way, don't forget to set your lineup. That is all for today. If you have any requests, anything I missed, which I always do, in the comments below, be sure to include those. I'll talk about them next week. Huge shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for your support. It means so much to me. I can't tell you enough. There's such an interesting demographic that watches this channel, and they range from every demographic across the whole world. So I really appreciate everybody that supports me on Patreon. It's just general support, a few behind the scenes pictures and updates, and I like chatting back and forth with my patrons. I really appreciate all the comments and questions and fun things that come through the messages. Another way you can support this channel is visiting my Amazon shop. I'll put a link in the description below. Sometimes you have to click the description open, but there will be a link to my Amazon shop. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. That's how it helps to support this channel. And there's some golf accessories and stuff on that shop on Amazon. So if you want to support the channel, an easy way to do that. Otherwise, please subscribe. Hit that bell icon for notifications when I upload videos. And I will see you in the next one. I am the Vintage Golfer.